right into it.
Yeah, I did. I turned it on.
You're a guy.
Hey.
What a guy.
I'm a tube guy. Just like you. What do you want to start with?
You're a little gone.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Then after that, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I might do hamburgers, but I just started off out. I'll do it in E. I don't know what the hell we do with it.
Okay. I don't know.
He's good enough.
Yeah.
You know that one? Do you want to know?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've played it since we played it.
Pretty automatic. I walk the chain.
It's on. We're on air. Yeah.
All right, everybody, good evening. Man, what a nice place to be right now is right here. Thank you so much for coming out. How many people heard the radio show, KPFT? All right. What a fine, super fine station you guys have here in Houston. I'm gonna learn how to stream radio on my computer just for KPFT. I promise. Let's all get a little goner. You left our favorite song playing on the radio. Way to go, that's shooting low. And your lying love letters keep on turning up, and I'm gonna burn them up in a loving cup. So if you're gonna get gone, get a little goner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. Think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. Go on, get a little goner. So you left me for good just a week ago, and the way I know, oh, you told me so. But when it comes to leaving well enough alone, you've never shown you've ever known. If you're gonna get gone, get a little goner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. Think I want you back, you couldn't be wrong. Go on, get a little goner. Back into my dreams where you don't belong, and then you came on strong. Oh, you know that's wrong. So I turn and walk away, but I run into you. Oh, that'll never do if we're really through. So if you're gonna get gone, get a little goner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. Think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. Go on, get a little goner. But if you're gonna get gone, get a little goner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. You think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. If you're gonna move along and you're gonna get gone, so long, get a little goner. All right. Thank you. Well, the KPFT show today was it was on the 50 years after, and was highlighting an album that I made with Commander Cody back in exactly 50 years ago this year. Well, not exactly, sometime this year. It was live from deep in the heart of Texas. We came out from California and cut it in Austin, Texas at the Armadillo, Was anybody here who was there? All right. You live to tell the tale, man. Peace. So did I. That's right. I forgot. I didn't realize. You're right. I'm still alive after half a century. So what I'd like to do, I'm in the mood. I'm all Commander Cody'd up again, so we'll do let's do one. Bless his heart. The old commander left the planet back in October, so we'll dedicate these Cody songs to his memory. He was a good guy. He was irascible, but he was a very good guy. Wasn't that irascible. There's less irascible people than him. But. All right, here we go. All right. Wine, wine, wine to your stuff. I see people drinking. Who knew? 1, 2, 1, 2. Today was the last day you played me for a fool. I stopped in here like I always do before I lose my cool. I need to let my mind relax. I think I've had enough. Come on, wine, 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 do your stuff. Wine, take me for a ride. Let my thoughts go flying high. Let my brain unwind. She let me down too many times. I think I've had enough. Come on, wine, 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 do your stuff. Now the color of this warm red wine is the color of her hair. And as I gaze into my glass, well, I see her face in there. One more bottle, if you please. The going's getting rough. Wine, 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 do your stuff. Come on, wine, take me for a ride. Let my thoughts go flying high. Let my brain unwind. She let me down too many times. I think I've had enough. Come on, wine, 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 do your stuff. Come on, wine, take me for a ride. Let my thoughts go flying high. Let my brain unwind. She let me down too many times. I think I've had enough. Come on, wine, 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 do your stuff. Wine, 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 do your stuff. Thank you. Of course, in the Cody band, we was 8 people on stage, so I want to special thanks here to Jack Saunders and Rick Richards from Houston, Texas, both of them. 2 men doing the job of 7, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's do another Cody song whilst we're in the mood. We're sneaking up on a Hazardous Cargo trilogy in keeping with my... This is back when I had the Down to Seeds and Stems Again blues. Well, I'm sitting alone Saturday night watching the Late Late Show. A bottle of wine, some cigarettes, and I got nowhere to go. Well, I saw your other man today wearing my brand new shoes. I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. Well, I met my old friend Bob today from up in Bowling Green. You know, he had the prettiest gal that I had ever seen. Well, I couldn't hide my tears at all, 'cause she looked just like you. And I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. Now everybody tells me there's other ways to get high. Oh, but they don't seem to understand. Lord, I'm too far gone to try. Now these lonely memories, they're all I can't lose. I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. My dog died again yesterday and left me all alone. The finance company, they dropped by today. They repossessed my home. Well, but that's just a drop in the bucket compared to losing you. And I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. I got the down to seeds and stems again blues. Thank you. Oh, it gets sadder every year. Hey, could I have a little tiny bit more highs on this monitor and a little more, tiny bit more volume? And if you guys wouldn't mind not videoing me, it makes me nervous. I'm so old that back in the day, telephones didn't have cameras on them. You'll never believe it, I know, if I tell you that. Hello? Oh, yeah, it's you. What should we do now? Let's do one we haven't done ever before here. It's written by Leroy Preston, who was the original songwriter with Asleep at the Wheel back in the day. So, yeah. He was just out They, like me, were Grammy losers. No, they've been Grammy winners in the past. I'm a Grammy loser from long ago. Well, they didn't win Song of the Year, but they made it all the way to the Grammys, so yay. It's called Black Sheep. Well, I was born a country boy, living on the farm. Didn't know nothing except the cows going in the barn. Daddy sold out, we moved far, far away. Seemed like I've been out of place ever since that day. Like a fish out of water, or a horn that can't go beat. Yes, I became the family black sheep. Don't know how I made it this far down the line. Black sheep living in bad, bad time. Now we moved to town and I had to change my ways. Couldn't be no bumpkin boy on a bale of hay. Whiskey burned my lips, guitars fried my ears. I went off down the road, I stayed gone for 15 years. Like a fish out of water, or a horn that can't go beep. Yes, I became family black sheep. I don't know how I made it this far down the line. Black sheep living in bad, bad time. Now I am the black sheep, and you can't pull the wool. I got my shit together, 3 bags full. I remember mama, how she loved me to the grave. Word about her black sheep, she tried so hard to save. Like a fish out of water, or a horn that can't go beep. Oh yes, I became the family black sheep. Well, I don't know how I made it this far down the line. Black sheep living in bad, bad time. This far down the line, black sheep living in a bad, bad time. Don't know how I made it this far down the line. Black sheep living in bad, bad time. Thank you. Black sheep living in a bad, bad time. They don't write them like that anymore, folks. Well, here's one I wrote. What should we do? Which one? Let's do Rocks in the Sand.
Oh, yeah.
This is my pro-evolution song. Is that okay? Yeah. I only have 4 pedals and a tuner, but I still get confused. I didn't get my first pedal board until I was 50. 2 of them are the same, but
That's what's confusing.
That's what's confusing. All right, here we go. Rocks in the Sand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before fish ever walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand, rocks into stone, stone into sand, sand that sifts through the hands of man. I built my castle by the shore. We slept in the sound of the ocean's roar, and I came to understand my house was built on shifting sand. So we went to the hills and built us a town, beautiful views for miles around. When the mountains shook and they tumbled down, all we knew we'd build on shaky ground. Before fish ever walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand, rocks into stone, stone into sand, sand that sifts through the hands of man. Now the sand will shift and the earth's gonna roll, and the rocks and the rain will collect their toll. And all I'll take is what I brought, and I may not get just what I saw. Whether I sail or I fall, that's up to the shifting sands after all. Long before fish walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand, rocks into stone, stone into sand, sand that sifts through the hands of man. Before fish ever walked on land. Time was turning rocks into sand. Thank you. Could I get a pint of water for someone with no ice? Would that be possible? Someone's got that. I'm parched. My father-in-law has called this Adam's Ale. How about that? What the hell do you mean by that? This is a song that we're working on a new album. We recorded the song, but we've never done it in front of actual human beings. So wish me luck. They got it. Wish me luck. They're solid. But this is about a time I went to see Jerry Lee Lewis in the late 70s or early 80s at a club in San Jose, and it was quite the show. The Killer. And in the second verse, I describe an incident that exactly how it happened. Just we don't want you to think that I made that up. So. You want to kick it off with a bass line, or do you want to count it? How do we do? Now the man on the stand with his four-piece band, staring down the devil from a burnt-out Grand. There ain't no turning back, he's got nothing to lose. He ain't never gonna hang up his rock and roll shoes. So every night he's bound to be found where the honky-tonk hellfire's raining down. He gets up from the piano, the band's playing loud. He climbs up tall on a stool, surveys the crowd. He sticks his mic down his pants, pulls a comb out of his pocket. Now he's working on his pompadour, the band's still rocking. Right there's where the killer took us to school. He's the master of disaster, he's the ultimate cool. Slip your blue dress on, let your long hair down. We'll stroll through the embers, headed straight for the sound. I got love in my mind, fire in my belly. Oh, there's a red hot piano and a red hot telly. everybody want to get in on the jam. Elvira be dancing with Mohair Sam. Short fat Fanny's doing the Georgia slop. Jack hit the road, he ain't never gonna stop. Let's see what we get cooking when the piano starts to pound and the honky-tonk hellfire's raining down. Rock and roll salvation at the edge of town. It seems to me we're honky-tonk hellfire bound. Honky-tonk hellfire bound. Honky-tonk hellfire bound. Honky-tonk hellfire bound. We're honky-tonk hellfire bound. Let's see what we get cooking when the piano starts to pound. Seems to me we're honky-tonk hellfire bound. Oh man, thank you. True story. Y'all honky-tonk hellfire bound. This is a honky-tonk, don't forget. It poses as a genteel club, but it's in fact, trust me, we played a lot of them. I mean, honky-tonk is not a pejorative word. Let's do Here we go, it's another new one. I wrote this with Al Anderson. I woke up too early with a growing sense of dread. Looked around to get my bearings. I wasn't home in bed. And it all came running back, just like every other time. A self-made argument. I marched out and left her crying. Her ring did all the talking, laying there on the floor. What once was everything is nothing anymore. She can't hear my sad old stories or my same old box of lies. There's nothing more to tell you folks. Her gone is her goodbye. Now this wasn't the first time, but I swore it was the last. It would all be different this time. I'd put it in my past. I could see it all so clearly. I could make it work out fine. She'd start a brand new chapter if I just made it home in time. Her ring did all the talking, laying there on the floor. What once was everything is nothing anymore. She can't hear my sad excuses or my sorry box of lies. There's nothing more to tell you folks. Her gone is her goodbye. She didn't leave a note, just finished up what she'd begun. No more pointless battles in a war that can't be won. She told me that she'd leave me. I didn't think she'd try. This time she got the last word. Her gone is her goodbye. One and all the talking, laying there on the floor. What once was everything is nothing anymore. She can't hear my sad excuses or my same old box of lies. There's nothing more to tell you, folks. Her gone is her goodbye. There's nothing more to tell you, folks. Her gone is her goodbye. All right, thank you very much. I'm going to get back to doing songs I've done more than once. So, thanks for listening to the new stuff, though. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's do I got time for the blues. It's called I Ain't Got Time for the Blues, and we have a bunch of duets that are on. Oh, there's merch back there. You'll never believe it. We have LPs and CDs with some of the very same songs I'm singing tonight, except the new ones are on these CDs. I know. What are the odds of that? But this one is a duet with Maria Muldaur, but I don't see Maria. No. Maria, jeez. How many gigs has she missed now? 712, I think. She did a great job on this. Of course, she's the great Maria Muldaur. Been working by day, singing all night, trying to bring in some good news. But if I can't get my rest, then it's all for the best, 'cause it don't leave much time for the blues. I'm out in the town, my dance card is full. There's a few I'm gonna have to refuse, 'cause when love's in the air, I gotta exercise care, and I ain't got time for the blues. There's a world of danger brewing right outside my door. My prayer is just to keep from doing old man trouble's chore. I almost think that I'm fixing to fold up my tent. That's a notion that I'm here to disabuse. I made my choice, I gotta raise up my voice, and I ain't got time for the blues. There's a world of danger brewing right outside my door. My prayer is just to keep from doing old man trouble's chores. So I'm gonna pick myself up, I'm gonna stand my ground. Oh, I'm through paying anybody else's dues. I want to grab my guitar, hit all 12 bars, repeat the first line, make sure the last one rhymes. I might even wake up next morning and find myself looking around for my shoes. But I ain't got no time. Ain't got no time. Ain't got no time. Maybe just a little more time. Ain't got no time for the blues. Oh, no, 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 no. This poor boy's known a good life. When my working day was done, I would follow the sun home to my own loving wife. She was fine and good looking, and I really dug her cooking, the way she could use the grocery. Her cheating ways have made a hamburger man out of me. Now her meals have been no fun since my little cooker run off with some hungry dude who don't appreciate how she knows to feed a man to satisfaction, and it feels like I've been cut off at the plate. My stomach takes a beating for the kind of food I'm eating, but my pride says that's the way it's got to be. Her cheating ways have made a hamburger man out of me. Waitress, little honey, pile them onions on high. Be sure the grease is hot enough before you start to fry. And if my eyes get full, forgive me if I break down and cry. I'm a broken man lost in hamburger land, but I smile when I think back upon happy times, 'cause I could never understand how she found another man with an appetite bigger than mine. I'm a driving daddy crying over my beef patty. Honey, won't you try the sympathy? Her cheating ways have made a hamburger man out of me. Yes, her cheating ways have made a hamburger man out of me. Won't be no more marijuana in my meatloaf. Maybe next time I'll write a set list. Sometimes the mind just goes blank. Let's do Man on the Bottom of the Well. I lived in Washington, D.C. We had a band with my trio, the D.C. guys, and John Starling, who was from the Seldom Scene, and Akira Otsuka, so it was half bluegrass and half honky-tonk. But I used to do the song, and Mr. Starling would introduce it as, Bill wrote the song, and if you know what it's about, you're not paying attention. So I'm with him on that one. I make no explanations or excuses for it. There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Did he jump? Was he pushed? Is he lying where he fell? Is he looking down from heaven or staring up from hell? There's a man in the bottom of the well. He's looking up at me with eyes so wide and deep. And I wonder, is he always there? Does he ever sleep? I spend my time thinking about the tale he's got to tell. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Don't go there for water. You might walk away as dry as dust and bone. You might see your mother's son or daughter forever wreathed by water or by stone. I made a wish and I tossed 2 pennies down. They ricocheted. The wish I made spun them round and round till they shattered my reflection and the soul I've got to sell. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Is he looking down from heaven? Staring up from hell? There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Staring up from hell. There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Thank you. I want to thank once again Stu and Andrew from Pacifica and Susan, who's here, and Sandy and everybody who works so hard at that station and brings the good stuff. KPFT. Sleep at the Wheel. If anyone was listening, you heard a little bit of the story about how we brought them out to California when they were just getting started. And now Ray Benson's put out an album. Our set list. Oh, All right. Nadine Russell says hi. She's in Switzerland. Hi, Nadine. Tom Russell. Tom and Nadine. John from Wales says hi. Reginaldo from Brazil. Paul from the United Kingdom. Jeff from Ontario. Holy crinkle. We're nationwide. No, we're internationwide, man. Well, that's great, you guys. Mark Allen from Northern Ireland. David from Costa Rica. Linda and Barbara from Colorado. That's kind of a foreign country. It's so much snow there. Joe from Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That is a foreign country. That should be in Canada. I love it up there. Sean from Michigan. David from Washington. Jimmy Fink tuning in from Bethlehem, PA. Hi, Jimmy. Terry from Phoenix. Thank you. Thank you, people out there in the wild world of the internet. Yeah, give them a hand. None of these people could have driven here in a day. Not a one of them. Except with these two guys driving, they could. I just got off tour with them. There are animals behind the road. It's fantastic. I just sat in the back and cowered. We started in Bastrop and we're in Annapolis 27 hours later. Jack and Rick, road warriors. All right. So anyway, Sleep at the Wheel. Ray invited me to come cut a song with him for his 50th, half a century of not dying. Is one of the, and I said, I'm with you on that. So we cut a song that I'd written with Dan Hicks in the Hot Licks. Does anybody remember Dan Hicks? I know, what a treasure. Gone too soon, but so I recorded this with Dan. It's also on I keep pointing to the non-existent CDs. They're back there. When I do this, think that, okay? Do me a favor. And this is called Word of the Wise. Key of A, right? Whatever. To the wise. What you gab ain't too fab, you better get back down to size. Now all of you check this monitor needs to come back on Hicks. If someone's stung when you wag your tongue, we might have just the fix. There's a saying that says you got nothing to say when you can't say nothing real nice. So if your words are for the birds, we better heed with speed on this advice. Now the crux of the matter lies right here in our summer rise. If all you do is criticize, shut up, that's a word to the wise. Come on, Jack. Jack Saunders on the bass. Come on, give it up. Don't stop. Rick Richards. No need to rack your brain, I already figured it out. Well, I done the math and I cleared the path, and I know what I'm talking about. Allow me to break it down. You wrap your head around. If you're into elocution,
Just consider this solution.
you know, if somebody asks you what you think,
Don't act like the missing link.
if you can't seem to zip your lip,
Just remember this timely tip.
wiser words was never said.
So keep those good thoughts in your head.
That's a word to the wise, word to the wise. I think when I cut it with Ray Benson, we did, instead of according to Dan Hicks, we said according to these two Hicks. So, in case you're listening, I think we got the words wrong. How much time do we have? When can we play till here? I can't remember.
8:30.
What?
8:30.
Oh, good. Plenty of time. All right. Let's dip in, boys.
All right.
What a leading question. Well, at the risk of starting an avalanche of bellowed requests, I'll do that one, all right? Since it's a good song, good call. This song is, as far as I can tell, as old as I am. I was written in 1948, and the song was written in 1948. We had a hit with it with Commander Cody. By that I mean it made the Billboard charts. I think it made it at number 55 with a parachute. 55, whoa, 72, whoa, 94, whoa. Look out. It's a good record, though. It's called Smoke That Disgusting Cigarette. And I know Rusty and Teresa were groundbreakers. Before it was a law, they made this club non-smoking, and for that I'm forever grateful. Even though I was a cigarette smoker, I was just as, I think back. In the old days, a club like this, if they allowed smoking with a low ceiling, you'd go home and you'd really have to shave your head and take a shower every night. That's pretty much how it worked. It was my fault for a while there. Smoke 201. Let's see. 1, 2, go. You know, I'm a guy with a heart of gold, ways of a cigarette. I said the ways of a cigarette, that can't be the right words. Let me try that again. You know, I'm a guy with a heart of gold, the ways of a gentleman, I've been told. Kind of a guy who wouldn't even squash a flea. But if me and a certain character ever met, you know, the one who invented that cigarette, man, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. I ain't cause I don't smoke myself, and I'm not saying that it'll harm your health, but I smoked them for 82 years and I ain't dead yet. All those cigarette fiends, they're all the same, from a petting party to a poker game. Everything's got a stump where they smoke that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate you hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette. In a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was treating me right. Those kings and queens kept on coming round. I bet him low and then I bet him high, but my bluff didn't work on that Stewart guy. He kept on raising and laying that money down. He raised me and I raised him. I sweated blood. You gotta sink or swim. He found a call and then didn't raise the bet. I says, ace is full, Stu. How about you? And he says, Bill, I'm gonna tell you in the first a minute or two, but first I gotta have me one of them disgusting, smelly cigarettes. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate you hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette. The other night, I had a date with the cutest gal on the lower 48s in uptown, Houston kind of dame. She said she loved me, and it seemed to me things are going the way just about the way they ought to be. Arm in arm, we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a cake of ice, and our smooching party was going nice. I swear, Jack, I would have been there yet. But she gave me a hug, kind of a squeeze. She says, "No, Bill. Excuse me, please. First have to fire up one of these 138 millimeter Virginia Slim. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate you hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette." All right. Sunday's not till tomorrow, but here's the sermon. You know, life ain't nothing but a poker game. No two hands are quite the same. I never seen a winner who didn't bet. So if any of you folks are fixing to quit, I wouldn't criticize you one bit first. You gotta have me one. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate you hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette. Thank you. That's a frisky number, isn't it? You know, we haven't done in 100 years is Hillbilly Truck Driving Man. Oh, yeah? The solos are 12 bucks. I wrote the song with Clay Blaker, this next one. Remember Clay? Yep, one guy did. Matter of fact, the first time I played her was with Clay. Many, many years ago. I got a statue of Elvis on the dashboard of this old truck. I got a red bandana hanging out of my pocket for luck. I got Hank on the stereo, Bill Mack on the radio. Well, I'm a hard-working, tear-jerking, hillbilly truck driving man. Well, it seemed like I'm driving 24/7, 365. Seemed like all I'm ever gonna do is eat, sleep, and drive. So pour some number 2 diesel in my semi-truck. Put the hot black Joe in my coffee cup for this wide-eyed, chicken-fried, hillbilly truck driving man. I'm a low-hauling, high-balling, hillbilly truck driving man. The seats are getting thinner and the maps are getting harder to read. And those eats I get for dinner, that's a lot of stuff that I don't need. But there's no way of letting it go. That's the only kind of life I know. For this long hauling, highballing, hillbilly truck driving man. Now I went to North Carolina, which I've been to 100 times before. But this time I had a scuffle at the truck stop restroom door. I told that wingnut governor he could cut my grass. I go where I please, so no even ass. This gear bender, transgender, hillbilly truck driving man. I'm a long hauling, highballing, hillbilly truck driving man. I'm a low hauling, highballing, hillbilly truck driving man. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know how Clay feels about that, but he did not write the last verse. I did. Who knows? I like Clay. Did we done any other truck driving songs?
I think that's it.
Oh, Jesus. We got to do more truck driving songs. Hamburger Dan's, that's right. Benny's, here's one I wrote. This is the first song I ever wrote. It's called Here I Sit with a Broken Heart. I took 3 bennies and my semi-truck won't start. Now here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. Took 3 bennies, semi-truck won't start. Well, I hauled my rig in San Jose. Wanna be in Cincinnati Monday morning for I do my pay. Can't wish no time on the all-night grill. I jumped in my Jimmy and I popped a few little white pills. Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. I took 3 bennies, my truck won't start. I got a little gal in old St. Louis. I got this tall red-headed woman in Kalamazoo. She's waiting for me, and I'm gonna be late. Oh, it'll be about noon, then I'm on my way. Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. Took 3 bennies, so my truck won't start. Come on, Jack, driving the big rig, Jack Saunders. Here's Rick driving the bigger rig. Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. I took 3 bennies, so my truck won't start. Thank you. All right. So now, without even Drawing attention to it, we have done the hazardous cargo trilogy from the code. We've dealt with benzodrine right there, ethanol and wine, and cannabis, and nicotine and smoke that cigarette. Full service here. The hazardous cargo, the hazmat. Baker's Trio. It's called Someone Let This Cat Out of the Bag. It's a song I wrote about trying to get out of the pandemic. Ah, somebody please let this cat out of the bag. I hate to say it, but I'm fixing to brag. I'm wired to rock. I'm ready to run, and I'm down on blocks, waiting for the gun. Oh, somebody please let this cat out of the bag. Somebody let this old Tom out of the sack. We lost a couple years and I'm tired of looking back. I've been streaming my songs, living on Zoom, rocking around the world from my living room. I'm gonna put on my boots, I got to kick it back on track. Now to the rock and roll gods, I give them all my thanks. To be back on the black roads, back on the planks. I got a Rand McNally map in my Econoline van, and that's a round trip ticket to the promised land. Oh, won't somebody let this cat out of the bag? 10,000 kids with 10,000 guitars, jumping out of windows, heading straight for the stars. If you catch up to them, won't you let me know? 'Cause I'm all packed and I'm ready to go. Looks like someone let these cats out of the bag. Kids with 10,000 guitars, jumping out of windows, heading straight for the bars, saving the world, thinking I'm is digging through grooves, waiting for a rhyme. They're looking for a reason. If it's not too late, they're gonna twist the arm and shake the hands of fate. Won't somebody let this cat out of the bag? Somebody let this cat out of the bag. Won't somebody let this cat out of the bag? Thank you. Let's do I ride on the mail train, can't buy no thrill. I've been up all night, leaning on the windowsill. And if I die on top of the hill, and if I don't make it, you know my baby will. Don't the moon look good when it's shining through the trees? Don't that brakeman look fine, mama, flagging down the double E? Don't the sun look good going down over the sea? Don't my gal look fine coming after me? Now the winter time is coming, windows are filled with frost. I went to tell everybody, but I could not get across. I want to be your lover, babe, I don't want to be your boss. So don't say I never won when your train gets lost. Don't say I never warned you when your train gets lost. Don't say I never warned you when your train gets lost. That hard road you're traveling, let it twist and let it bend. All the broken promises, let them rest and let them mend. That scorched ground you're standing on, there's nothing to defend. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. Well, I drifted up to Michigan to work out on the line. I had a home and a family right before the Great Decline. Then I headed down to Texas, but it wasn't by design. And I crumbled up the road, man, I left it all behind. Standing in the doorway, staring out into the wind. Don't know where it's blowing, you might say it all depends. The howl becomes a whisper, now turns into then. And the grass will grow again. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. Thank you. Well, I was thinking of ending with a long one, and if we end with this long one, we have just exactly as much time as we need to do it. So I'm going to end with a long one, with your permission, of course. Well, thank you. Who's Pappy? My Pappy, your Pappy. He said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking. If you won't quit driving that hot rod nigger. I heard the story of the hot rod race where the Fords and the Mercs set in the base. That story's true. I'm here to say I was driving the Model A. Now the Model A body made it look like a pup. Had a Lincoln motor that was really souped up. Had 8 cylinders, used them all. Had overdrive and it just won't stop. It had 4 living gears, a dual exhaust, had a 4-barrel carb, you could really get lost, safety tubes. I ain't scared, the brakes are good, and the tires fair. Pulled out of San Pedro late one night, I had the moon and the stars shining bright. Climbing up the Grapevine Hill, passing cars like they were standing still. All of a sudden, in the wink of an eye, a Cadillac sedan passed me by. The remark was made, that's a car for me, but then the taillight was all you could see. Well, now Jack ribbed me for being behind. I said, man, I'm going to make my liquor and wine. Took my foot off the gas, and man alive, I shoved it down into overdrive. Well, Stu said I lost my sense, said the phone poles looked like a picket fence. He said, slow down, Billy. I see spots of lines in the road look just like that. I took a corner, sideswiped the truck, and I crossed my fingers just to look. Had my fenders clicking on the guardrail post, and the guy behind me was white as a ghost. was coming from out of the back when I started to gain on the Cadillac. But I knew it could catch me when I thought I could pass. You know, by then I'd be low on gas. Flame was coming from out of the side. You could feel the tension. Man, what a ride. I said, boys, I got a license to fly. The caddy pulled over. Let me buy semi-trucks. VW bus full of hippies pulled over. On the way to the Hoffheinz Pavilion for the big Willie Nelson Commander Cody show in 1971. I'm from Michigan, as I mentioned. The Edmund Fitzgerald pulled over. It let me by. You'll never believe this, I hardly believe it myself. Johnny Cash pulled over, let me by. Dwayne Eddy and all the Rebel Rousers. Roy Orbison, you let me by. Here's another one you know. Johnny Rivers pulled over. Marty Robbins. The Ventures. My high school classmate Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your Bo Diddley. Chuck Berry. No Duckwater. Elmore James. Howlin' Wolf. Link Ray. Alvino Ray. Stevie Ray. Freddie King, B.B. King, Albert King. Now, the most relaxing of all the kings, Ben E. King. Don King. Thank you. Thank you very much. Billie Jean King. Thank you. Carole King. Thank you very much, Carole King. One more time for Carole King. Hey. Ah, beautiful. Anybody else? Oh, I know. The King. Englishman. Deep Purple. Rolling Stones. The Fab Four. Sex Pistols. Jimmy. Jack and Rick. Big thanks to the Mucky Duck, the world's greatest nightclub. All of a sudden, Rod started knocking out down in the dip. She started to rock, and I looked in the mirror. There's a red light blinking. The cops was after my hot rod licking. They arrested me, they threw me in jail, they called Rusty and Teresa to go my bail, and they said, Bill, you know you're gonna drive us to drinking if you won't quit driving on the hot rod licking. That's fun. Thanks so much, everybody. More? Oh, my God. Sure, we thought you wouldn't ask. That's good. Times are changing.